12 minutes gone past 5. Listening to 92.39 Jerry Info. I'm your really Batubo. My pleasure, always my pleasure having you on the other side of the radio. It's time for us to touch a bit of politics. What's Rivers without talking politics these days, I guess. I hope times will change when we will begin to argue about issues relating to governance. But for now, let's look at some political matter as started from over the weekend. Now, you know that for a while, even before it came to the fore, it became open, became public knowledge. There has been this issue between. I remember, people were what the problem really is, what problem, why is in because at the time it was said to be a problem between a father and a son. Many months later, almost a year later, it's a couple of weeks, maybe a year since the fighting started, almost a year later, it was still yet to actually determine what the problem is. Some say, the FCT minister demanded too much money. Others said, the FCT minister says it is a fight for political structure. We believe in signed what I call the Abuja Accord. However, that did not help matters. It did not help resolve the matter. Not too long ago, the PD Governors Forum joined the fray, and they asked the National Working Committee to give the PDP structure in Rivers State to the governor, the leader of the PDP. That didn't go down well with the FCT minister, and he threatened fire and brimstone. My goodness, it's really getting interesting, right? It was on Channels Television on Friday where he talked about the political situation in Rivers State. He talked about Ogoni Oyibo's assembly statement, and he also mentioned the PDP disciplinary committee's intent to investigate him. And I do have some soundbites I would like to play before I go into asking the questions that I want to ask. Let's take a listen to this one where the governor, the former governor, now FCT minister, mentioned he will never ever again support the Seminalai Fubara, His Excellency.
No, don't use the word. I will never support Fubara in my political again. Why? No, I won't do that. Everybody knows me.
The political godson.
No, please, sir. I will not do that. I'm not, that's what you should know. I'm not the man who did this forever. I wouldn't do that. Anybody knows that. And I cannot sit.
What did he do to you?
No, it's not about me. People labored to put up a structure. People labored. You wouldn't have even taken 50th position. People labored. I sacrificed or talk to the news. I sacrificed talk to several people. Let us go this way. Let's see how things are. You turned it that I'm asking for 20 billion, 100 billion. Look at what people like doing.
Is that true?
But what I'm saying, you turned up lies against me. Against me. I brought you up, put you here, put you here, push you here. Today, I turned to be, we can survive demanding. What is wicked demanding? In every place, in every political family, you run election that people, and people live that all together. We must have to keep our political structure. There's nobody that ever said that no, people, you rose through somewhere. Why do you deny it? It's fair. And you want me to see that.
All right, so that, the FCT minister Yasamwike was saying and arguing that the reason for the brouhaha, the reason for this lingering political fight is because of political structure. The people fought for the governor to be governor, and so those people should not be pushed aside, should not be kicked out, should not be relegated to the back. And this is the conversation I want to have. Now, I was taught in school, primary and secondary school, that government is a people-oriented institution, that it's all about the people, it is for the people, it's the people giving their mandate to a few to help run the entire estate. But when you listen, because the truth is, if you ask the governor's camp, what the problem is, you would not necessarily get an official statement, but you would have heard things like, it's the sharing formula. He wants more than we can give, right? You've heard some statesmen make such statements, right? if you ask the FCT ministers camp, they'll tell you, oh, it's about the structure. And what is the structure? The structure is about the people who, paved the way. I don't know how you want to say it, but they paved the way for the governor to become governor. And so they, feel that they are entitled to some level of compensation or some level of, I don't think compensation is the word. Is it recompense now? Some kind of remuneration, and that's what they are looking for. My first question is, where are the people in all of this? By the way, both camps are claiming to be fighting for the people, but my question is, are they really fighting for the people? Okay, well, let's take a listen to another thing the FCT minister said.
And allow peace.
The governor took advantage of the presidential intervention and to insult everybody. I'm an appointee of Mr. President. And people should understand this first of all. I never had any bargain with Mr. President before I supported Mr. President. And people should know that and know that clearly. I believe in his capacity, and I believe for equity, fairness, and justice. And I never hid my intention of what I'm going to do, of what my friends and myself are going to do. Now, when Mr. President called, for Christ's sake, he's a president of a country. There are things I should not have accepted. But he's a president, and it's our father. By his age and whatever, it's good to be my father. And he appointed me. Why would I say no? Now, what the governor did was to take advantage of that time period. Mr. President said, do this, do this. Then he said, okay, he's appointing, he's bringing back the commissioners. He's doing this, he's doing that. The president says, resubmit your budget. He refused. And then what he did was to tell people to go to court. So that they now say, oh, there are a lot of litigation. I laugh. I'm at my age, at the level I play politics. Somebody will come and tell me that. Then he went to some people in the villa and they start playing some game. I'm a kid. For Christ's sake, I'm not one anybody can say you can tie me. No, I owe my loyalty to the president. And Mr. President knows, I told him that, sir, I think at this point in time now, I cannot continue with this kind of characters. President said, do this, do this, do this, do this. And people went back to tell him, don't worry, play, buy time. And they went and instituted over 40 litigations.
But there are those who will say, Wike will never allow it take for peace to happen.
Which peace? Peace is to obey the law, the rule of law.
But if that doesn't happen, you won't back that.
Why would you support a man who does not want to obey the rule of law? Why would I?
All right, so you had him there, talking about peace. He said categorically, he was having, once again, an interview on Channel TV, talking with Sean there, and he insisted that follow the rule of law. The only way peace can happen is following the rule of law, which means, in my opinion, or my understanding, that this will drag on. This will drag on for a very long time because court processes, would move from the various high courts that we find ourselves in as river states, so to say, to the Court of Appeal. I guess there will be different appeals, and then we get to the Supreme Court, different. My goodness. So it's not ending anytime soon. To what benefit, I'm asking? To what benefit? I'm wondering if, for the sake, and I've asked this question, and this is the up time, but for the sake of people, can we have this political strong man sit in a room and find a solution? Because it looks like even the president has left the matter to fate. But let's take one final listen to what the FCT minister said.
That PDP is coming after you. They said you will face disciplinary.
No PDP is coming after me. Who is the one that will come after me? Who will face disciplinary?
They say party is supreme.
That is why I'm doing everything for the party. Who has supported the party more than me? Can I tell you, let's go state by state. Look, can I tell you something? I was the governor in this country. So leave your phone and listen to me. I was the governor in this country. the former IG from Niger State, I don't know what his name now. I woke up in the morning, they took away all my aids. Governors Forum never came out to say, how can you take up governors' aids and this? Took everything, no PDP, not even General Governor for the River spoke. When it happened to the man in Anambra, what's his name? The former governor now, who handed over to Soludo.
Governor William, yeah.
William, yes. Then I started talking. I laughed. I kept quiet. I went to Edo State. I led the campaign. I led the campaign for Obaseki. Right? I went there. The IG declared I must leave Edo. IG declared I will not leave Edo. I came here. Opus Odima was there. Omogege was there under APC. You did not declare they should leave. I will not leave. Do you know what happened? I was sabotaged. Yes. Ambo was the chairman of Governors Forum. Yes. Obaseki told Tamwa not to issue any statement. I was declared to leave. Meanwhile, I was the chairman of the campaign in Edo State. Right? They chickened out. I went to court against the federal government about the trust fund. They all ran away. I went to court at the federal high court in Abuja. But the glory of God, we won.
All right, we'll go for a commercial break. When we'll come back, I'll get your thoughts on this very issue. Just stay tuned. 4 minutes time. I was going to say 26 minutes, gone past 5. In 4 minutes time, it would go in for the news headline or the headline news. But I just played sound bites, an excerpt of Yesom Wike's interview at Channels Television on Friday. I think Politics Today, that was the show. And he made certain statements as regards to the politics in Rivers State. Do you think he has some arguments as it relates to, the political structure, people, build the structure with which you stepped on to become governor, and so you should respect the structure while building yours? Do you think that's because I'm wondering where is the people where are the people in all of these things that are happening? Where have they kept the people? And I don't know. For me, I think it should be an eye-opener for the people who usually would follow the politicians. Now, I'm not particular about what camp, but you would follow the politicians everywhere. You take everything they say, hook, line, sinker. I don't know. I feel like this should be an eye-opener, and I'm going to get your thoughts really. I really want to, hear what you're thinking as a regards this. But importantly, a lot of you have said the P should come for the minister, the DP should discipline the minister, decide the word is given, structure the minister, not, on modify. I think that was also the guest, maker, trying to say the structure is the party, and it's in the hand of, the former governor, now FCT minister. Is it the leader of the party they think he is? It's really confusing for me as well. What is he said he built a party. He said he has contributed a lot to the party, and he doesn't think that what he has done for the party deserves him being disciplined. He dared the people who are attempting to discipline him to show their work, to show the evidence that he contributed to the PDP immensely in the 2023 election. It brought 100 except for the offset of President to the PDP. Let's get your thoughts going to the phone lines now. You can start sending in your WhatsApp messages. Send it to the number 0809 0306 We're live on Facebook, Nigeria Info PH. We are live on YouTube, Nigeria Info PH, and we are active on X, Nigeria Info PH. All right. I've got the news headline to bring your way. Is it ready now? In about 2 minutes. So once again, I call the phone number. So once I'm done with reading the news headlines, we just go straight to phone conversations. 0817 923 0002 0817 923 0003 0817 923 0007. WhatsApp number once again 0809 0306 If you are live on Facebook, drop your comments as well. Let's get your thoughts on the issue. All right, the headline news coming your way right about now.
Headline news, Nigeria Info 92.3. Headline news.
Stakeholders react to price of Dangote petrol announced by NNPCL. Rivers PDP chieftain speaks on promise by party's governors forum to support Governor Fubara. INEC dismisses calls to redeploy FCT minister's cousin from Edo State as resident electoral commissioner. President Tinubu visits Maiduguri following recent flood disaster. On the foreign scene, suspected attacker, former U.S. president, charged with gun crime. Details in the 6 p.m. bulletin. To reach the news team, send an SMS or WhatsApp to 0808 721 7215. I am Kalada Kuribata. Conversations continue on Hard Facts.
This is Hard Facts.
All right, 5:31 p.m. Let's get your thoughts now. Time for me to open the phone lines. You're listening to Hard Facts if you're just joining in. And yes, we are looking at ground political issue as a state. And yes, he said it is not is not a part of the Ogoni Oyibo People's Assembly. It's not supporting them, but he's also not going to defend the governor, His Excellency Simnalai Fubara. He tried to make a case for the Ogoni Oyibo People's Assembly, saying, the Jaws were thinking, they have a right to it. But now, other ethnic nationalities are feeling betrayed, are feeling, left out. And that's how he described or he argued the case. All right, to the phone lines, 0817 923 0002, 0817 923 0003, and 0817 923 0007. I've got Barry. Barry is calling me from D-Line. Barry, what's on your mind? Can you share with me, please?
Canada.
Yeah, Barry.
Good afternoon. How are you doing?
All of the above. Welcome.
So my point is this, Canada.
Tell me.
I think the PDP has tolerated Nyesom Wike too much. We remember a lot from 1998 somewhere. So to calculate what they call weakness, I think we don't think that is going to happen. So everywhere. We are not work hard now and decide to work hard and do better to the CEO. That is what we do. Also, we have no moment.
President Tony Island, welcome. Tell me what is on.
For PDP. So if you fought for PDP, fought for this PDP to fight it's just there will be gang on FCT and to PDP president with your own system. All the when portions at the arrival at the airport. You support now.
But Christian, I don't. Christian, can you? Oh my! Supposed to be a conversation. Unfortunately, Christian, hear me. I need to interject and say that during the interview, of course, I couldn't take everything. That would be copywriting, but I couldn't take everything from the interview. However, in that interview, he did mention that he's still a PDP member. That he wrote to the PDP. At the national, at the zone, even to the governor and the and they all accepted. As a matter of fact, he did allege that there was notable PDP members, top-ranking PDP members, who also wrote to the president asking, certain people to be appointed. Emeka is calling me from Elele. Emeka, welcome.
Yes, I want to call last caller. Yes, we can see the member of PDP.
Okay, I've already mentioned that. Emeka, it's not your job to correct.
Brother,
Move on, please.
The governor is fighting. It's not fighting the minister alone. I'm a member of PDP. The president governor betrayed us. I'm in his head. As I'm talking to you, I work for the president governor. They say we want to make a man, give power and money. The three color of the character of man will show. That is governor PDP.
Have done for you. I didn't order you. Should he have done?
I know.
But you've not answered my question. You've not answered my question.
I'll answer you now. I'll answer you now.
Okay.
See, as I'm talking to you now, the government is empowering. 99% are those who have fought us in the police union.
No. See, I'm not talking about those other people. I'm asking you a direct question, Emeka from Elelenwo. What should the governor have done for you, since you say that you fought for him to go into office?
For example, as a unit head, I'm telling you, the governor should first of all organize us.
Organize you how?
Recognize us.
Recognize you how?
Members. Yes. Then, as I'm talking, I'm from Elele. He promised to do internal roads for Elele. Elele is a stronghold of PDP. But as I'm talking to you now, the governor have abandoned the internal roads because of this particular issue. Because of Kinsinda work for him. Because of the issue, the governor abandoned the internal roads in Elele. Is that the play politics? He said, whatever he seems to do is his cause.
All right.
And the PDP cannot.
Emeka, I've got to go.
They cannot expect minister.
You can't say never. You can't say they cannot. But I've got to let you go at this point, Emeka. Anything is possible in this life, right? I was going to say something now. How does this benefit? I mean, after listening to Emeka from Elelewa, who says he fought to pave way for the governor to be governor, how does this benefit the people? Talking about recognizing these people, and it makes me wonder once again. Is the politics really for the people? I mean, looking at Edo State, for instance, the governor, Obaseki, is shouting and, screaming illegalities at the top of his voice. We have the APC candidate also shouting and screaming and making counter accusations and allegations. And, sometimes they win our sympathies. But really, all of these things, are they for the people? Is the people in the agenda anywhere? I've got Ezekiel who's calling from Ubumini. Ezekiel, welcome. Tell me your thoughts, please.
Good day, Calaba.
Yeah, welcome.
Calaba, if I may ask, who introduced political party? And who introduced pressure groups?
What do you mean by introduce political parties? Political parties are vehicles.
I mean, through pressure group, we have political parties that have every of their ideology politically to run some government which emanated to different types of political parties known as what they call it now, structure. So if the FCT minister is always emphasizing on structure, I wonder who introduced and made this structure to be functional up till now, even if the military had ruled this country. But as far as I'm concerned, during the military era, we had structures, political structures. As of 1998, we also have what they call political structure. When he was the chairman of the other political government, there was a structure that made him that chairman he was. So I don't know why always this structure has become another slogan in River State. Now, there's one thing I want to let us know. You see, I feel for the governor who, as at this moment, the party to sanction the FCT minister, because I can overhear him saying that who will suspend him, who will discipline him, and he was trying to search some certain issues that I don't know if those things he was confronted are the things or the criteria that qualified him not to be disciplined. This man is playing anti-party. Obviously, you and I know that he is playing.
Don't drag me into the political game, please. I mean, you know.
No, but you bear me witness.
I'm not bearing you
know
witness.
that you are not a politician.
I'm not going to bear you witness.
But the way he's treating the governor of River State seems as if the governor is his houseboy.
Okay.
Everybody has where to be.
Ezekiel, I've got to go.
To be benefited and to go where the Lord or the God leads you to go.
Ezekiel, thank you very much. I've got to go. Chigozie from Elekaya. Chigozie, welcome. Talk to me.
Okay. Good day, sir.
Yeah, welcome.
I'm just listening to your program.
Okay, thank you.
For me, whether political structure or anything, my own question is, what is the benefit of the common man?
That's my question as well.
So sometimes when you listen to these politicians, you see greed in their statement, in their faith, in their behavior. You just get tired. Me, I know the current FCT minister from when he was a local government chairman. Check his activities. It's always to affect the poor masses.
Really?
What is the structure?
Do you okay, Chigozie from Elekaya, you say let's go back to 1999 when Nyesom Wike was local government chairman. He was all about the people. Can you give me instances, examples as to know
there are things
like
bush entry, this tax force that is floating around River State was created by him. Go and ask.
Do you think the people? Do you think Rivers people really like tax forces? Okay. All right. Thank you very much, Chigozie. It's supposed to be a conversation. I wonder why But do you think Rivers people like tax forces? I mean, it's my job to ask questions. That's why it's called Hard Facts, right? So I'm asking you the hard questions. If you say, yes, Wike is all about the people, I want to see evidence. I want to see, and I'm sorry because I may have some, I don't know how to put it, but I mean, you have to give me evidence. That's like the basics. You just have to give me some level of evidence. And if you also say, because the governor always comes out to say Rivers first, that he's for the people, he would also have to show me evidence. That's how it works, right? And so the person with the stronger argument wins today. Okay, let's come here now. Let's see. I never believe a single word the FCT minister says. It says one thing and does the opposite. Heinz Eisenberg from GRA. I hope I pronounced your name well, Simon. This one says, good day, Kalada. Why does Wike say everything else in his interviews without saying the one thing that everybody wants to know? What is the thing he asked Fubara to do and the decline that led to the purported impeachment? Because that is where it all started from. Fubara wouldn't talk, Wike wouldn't talk, to conscience. Okay, I can read that. But you said gullible followers. Frankie, moving on, and says PDP should take a bold step to suspend the Amalgam alongside the minister. They have an agreement to kill PDP and finally move to ADC. Wike's uncle should be sacked as INEC commissioner due to the utterances of Wike. We should build electoral trust and confidence of good June justice. But don't you think it's, I don't know. Well, Lady V says, the old structure has followed him to Abuja. Which structure is the ex-governor talking about that he will not allow Rivers State be in peace? I did this, I did that. Was it with his money? Lady V is asking. I've got Gabe from Yenagua, but Gabe do stand by and read as I read messages. This one says the FCT minister should know that the glory of God has left him long time ago, and Rivers people are also tired of his bullying. From Clever Son. This one says, you know the answers to the questions you ask. The people don't march to people like the minister because it believes the people deserve the treatment they get in Rivers because of their docility and settlement mentality. Listening to the minister, it seems to son in the planetary system of his own making. Everything in Rivers is about him. Alas, he stopped whining and weeping ethnic sentiments. He just fought for his political ascendancy and relevance. He needs to be honorably bow out and stop speaking both sides of his mouth because politics made him and he can never be bigger in the state. Joe. He did say that the fight is not about him, because when Shehu asked him, what did they do to you? What demands did you make to cause the fight? He said, no, it's not about me. It's about people who fought to pave the way for the governor to become governor. Give from Inigua, welcome. What is on your mind? Please tell me.
Kalada, this is the answer to your question.
All right, tell me about it.
we have about 13 governors.
You're talking about the PDP now? Okay.
And the answer I'm giving to you now, when PDP is talking about PDP in Nigeria, it is because of the governors. No or no more, no less. That is why INEC can deregister political parties that refuse to produce one seat at least, like councillorship. So when he's talking about 100%, it is about teamwork. And you don't abandon those people. We are not talking about being a reverend father. If you don't want to play politics, just go and be a reverend father. This pretense, I'm not.
So now, are you saying he's the only one who has contributed to INEC not deregistering PDP as a party? I mean, may you understand that, please?
That is what I'm doing you now. Not himself. You know the meaning of you leaving your state to take care of PDP that don't have governors. If you don't know this, let me tell you today, put on record and carry out your investigative journalism. This man took care of all those states.
He took care. How did he take care of it? Because I mean,
I am telling you, he took care of
how?
To carry along the ESCO in those states.
With money? Yes. Gift? Is it with money? Is it with money? He carried them along. Where did he? Where did he get the money from? I'm sorry, I have to ask this question.
No other governor should open his mouth that refused to dip his hands in any way to take care of the structure.
So are you saying using money that should or maybe belongs to the people, maybe, emphasis on maybe, used for politics is a good thing? Make me understand.
He should use Bayelsa or his own personal fund now so that he can talk in PDP now. So Ejiri should do that.
All right then.
Ejiri should do that. I think Fubara should do that.
Okay.
We are not talking about priesthood. We are not talking about sense.
So yet again, Gift, I need you to calm down. Are you saying it's okay to use the money that should be meant for the people to play politics, and it's okay by you? Is that what you're saying? I mean, most especially given the hardship.
For the 23 local governments, and that's to simplify. Okay. Is it his father's fund?
Okay.
I'm asking you, if you want to pretend.
No. At least it's using it to empower people, we've been told, right?
People.
I mean, the
people.
The
political structure that is building is with what? All this pretense, do you know our problem in this country?
No, tell me about
it. I love Wike.
Tell me about it.
Wike will tell you I don't use left hand. I use right hand, meaning
right.
don't love the president in the morning and 18 in the morning.
All right, Gift, I've got to go. I've got to go. My time for you is up. I've got Akara Chukwu calling me from Port Harcourt. Akara Chukwu, welcome. Let's get your thoughts, please, quickly.
Akara Chukwu.
Akara Chukwu, okay, welcome then. Welcome.
Yes.
Welcome.
I think, Canada, the supporters of the FCT minister are complaining how this man did them. Barely 2 months of his release, they said he should be impeached. The same people. Now I worked for and I did for one excuse. The man. So it's not for the father who are looked to this great man. They're on board. I don't know why they complain. If you listen to the FCT minister, he notices that he's losing the fight. By the way he spoke at the channel.
So you can.
He's barely losing the fight.
So Akara Chukwu,
the law will speak. Wait, too soon.
Akara Chukwu, can I ask a question? Okay.
He knows that 27. We allow this 2027. That's what I bring. He said that he must go. Is it that he also all the impeachment processing have been put or whatever? But I can tell you that since they have advised the man, they brought on board. The man has embraced all the people that never voted for him, and that's how policy. I tell you, those things is a mere threat. I've been in that system. Since became government chairman, and
I've got to go because you're not you have a conversation. Thank you very much for your time. Got drum on move, and after that, I will have to focus on just because of
I say very. If you go to the Merlin, when he was chairman of the local government council, I had issue with his Professor Luku was vice chairman of the
okay, vice, okay.
They end up it. Now, if the man who into power, when you will happy. Let me borrow the language of people. When he, as a lawyer, if it's a man who made
you don't have evidence. Do you not have? We accept borrow not. It's accepted evidence.
That one. was Mechi's, what they call him, chief of staff. Chief of staff, right. He's talking about Fubara, who had been a professional and accountant, being general. And now
I'm sorry, I've got really waited for land. Idam in corrupt seconds quickly. Yeah, agreed.
The former government people help him to become people help him. The former first lady. I don't know if it has to help. When you see that always raise this particular person, you know I voted for him to complain the helping person. What is he looking for that? All those things that he is acquiring. It's not that they will see on the 2 years show. Yeah. It's only 2 years. Yeah, I want that everything now.
All right.
All right. Thank you.
All right. Thank you very much, Dad from Incorrod. This one says, let's leave the struggle is about the structure. Is governor supposed to be about the structure or generality of Rivers people? Every election year is bettered by political. Why not the ex-governor let the present governor focus on his ideals in delivering his campaign for the common good of the state and the people? Then by 2026 we start